Hello, it is your girl Esther coming at you on behalf of Ecochamber. I wanted to do this live because I think it's important and it helps motivate me to get stuff done and also sort out my thoughts. I've been having a lot of thoughts about Ecochamber lately. Good things have happened, um, such as we have now officially we have a website, and as you can see, it's up and running. Um, you might not be able to see, but like I'm like logged in at the top, and each one of these are like a garden. It has the information of the garden, like a nice cover photo I have here. Um, and some things that I'm not a big fan of, and I don't want to say I whined about it, but I have handed off the web app development to my CTO. And he's done an amazing job, but I don't really like the design at all. I think it's pretty fluffy, like this top part, and although I'm not gonna go through it and roast the whole thing, I feel like there's a lot of good things in it as well. We have like plants. You can see there's pumpkins. I can add tasks. It shares a little bit about the garden, and you can even change in the settings. So pretty good stuff, and we can say yes for that. But yeah, I this feels very right in the age of AI. The designs kind of feel a little generic, but I really do love the cover photo. I think it's fantastic. I think just down here could use a little bit more love. So we even have a visitor view, and you can see there's maybe you can't see. Okay, now you can kind of see a little bit more. There's a log a visit button, and that log a visit button is really important because you can add a photo. Oh my god, okay, you don't need to see all of my photos. Let me add one that's already pretty good. Oh my god, whoa, alright. Okay, you can add a photo. Oh my gosh, okay. And you can just say checking in, whatever you feel like saying. That's pretty much it, and that's it. And I like the pop up. I think that's really nice. And then you see it, the latest activity. And it's even tagged, and we've discussed like where this log a visit button is. It should be connected to the tasks. Um, yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'm not here to roast this website because I think there's a lot of good stuff, but there's also some stuff that makes it a little bit difficult to use, just because there's so many steps. Um, so if I go here and I create a task, you can see this is we got a lot going on. I know that we have to water right now. This is a high, and there's more options to add things like reel back the hose when it's done. Yeah, this is probably gonna take like 30 minutes. This is good for the summer. And water. Yeah, let's just post. Okay, sweet. So we have a task. We can mark it as complete, and then we just have to fill out pretty much the same thing. That's it. Okay. It's doing a lot of things right, and uh, I think when I tried it out at work and I tried it out at the greenhouse, I realized that I'm not really keeping up with the tasks. I really do like the activity feature. I feel like it's super cute. And yes, it works. I think that's great. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That's my coworker. And this was when I potted up pansies. That was a task. So that was a task. I'm not gonna talk about the space, but there's actually a lot of tasks that I haven't gotten to finish or mark as complete. And that's okay. Um I wish there was a way to see more, but I mean it's pretty simple and that's okay. Okay. I think it's like pretty good. But yeah, coming back to finish the task I think is something that we're figuring out. We're figuring out. I also really want to have a before and after of like there was a picture of what this looked like before, and having that comparison is really powerful. Okay, I'm not gonna go too much more into the web app. You can check it out, make your own chamber, and play with it in your own garden. Let me know what you think. The link is in the description below. So now we're gonna be going back to the garden maintenance plan. Now I believe this this page and a half of information in regards to the garden is the most important thing I can do right now. As you may or may not know, I'm moving to Barcelona to go back to school for my master's in user experience design. I live in New York, and the gardens that I'm working with are all based in New York, of course. With that being said, I want to provide something that gives a lot of clarity and is very easy for people to share about the gardens. Anyone at the highest or lowest level can read this document and knows exactly why this garden is here, who's involved, and what needs to be done in order to help it grow good. So we're going to be using the garden on Garden Street, and it's called Farmingdale Legacy Community Garden. So the purpose, I kind of just pasted this off of the chamber chairs. I posted this off of the chamber chairs website. They had an Eventbrite up, and I thought that was very interesting because a lot of organizations actually use Eventbrite, which I find interesting. Okay, so my main mission is to make sure I get all of the chamber chairs' email and phone number. It's really important to have both, I realize, because, yeah, sometimes numbers change, sometimes they're more receptive to email. Sometimes you gotta call them in the moment, so having both is really good. Alright, now I put down some problems, but I'm not gonna call them problems anymore. I'm gonna call them points of consideration. I think this is more practical. Oh my gosh, we're gonna talking to Claude. Okay, and we're gonna be pasting that over here. So don't worry about that. Okay, so this was very mean. I realized that I also am pretty aggressive with my writing. I can be. A few people have flagged that, so I'm trying to be more gentle. No community, no garden. That was just to get the point across that we need to get the garden going. No funds. That's fine. You don't need money to grow a garden. You need sunlight, dirt, a couple seeds, water, and a lot of love. And it helps. It helps to have some tools and some people to support you, really and truly. But that's fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm writing this down that there's 11 weeks left. Okay, now I'm adjusting this as it goes, and I'm pretty sure I actually did add a footer. Interestingly enough, I thought a footer was a great idea, and I'm gonna add that because it does help with me keeping track of, okay, what's going on. Okay, I want to say Esther's mom. No, she's a gardener. I'm just gonna say she's a gardener. She's great. She should be my CPO or COO. She's awesome. Okay, so plants. I don't really have plants like that. I mean, I just know that we have pumpkin, okra, corn, cherry tomato. I'm gonna bring some marshmallow root or some mallow. I think that will be really good. Okay, let's just focus on horseradish. And honestly, with this, we should probably, like, there's some plants that are like the woodies. Oh my gosh, you guys see me struggling. This is awkward. Oh my gosh, it's not working the way I want it to. Alright, you know what, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Anyways, we have Tree of Heaven. And we have Norway maple. I think it's really important to note these are both invasive, which is not good. Anyways, yes. And then, like, resources, which, another thing that probably should, just gonna put it down here. I'm not even sure what to say for resources. Like, I know wood chips. Wood chips is one, and then we have other things. Should be like another. Okay. There's also like a wheelbarrow. There's some tools. I, of course, spelled wheelbarrow how I say it. Is that really how you spell wheelbarrow? Wait a second, that doesn't look right. Anyways, I'm sure I could keep going. Let's go back up though to actually talk about this. So Google Maps, I'm just gonna have to link that here. Area. Um, and this is just a note. Okay. That's my note. That's all of these little ones are little notes to bring up with the chair and see what they think. Okay. Alright, so irrigation. We're doing pretty good. We're almost there. Low water. Okay. Very good. So alright, so I've just been using Tupperware that's next to the hoses to transport the water. Okay, very good. So, in terms of no funds, that's fine. No volunteers. We gotta talk about that, you know? Let's just say volunteer. Isn't that amazing? Okay, yeah, and I always thought this was really interesting because that's not technically where the garden is, but, yeah, this is being registered as a garden, but that's not. It really pisses me off. I don't want to say it pisses me off, but it's not good. Anyways, we're gonna take that link, we'll use it as our example. We'll just put that here. Okay, so then let's put these all here. Volunteers, really important point. Have a contact list too. I'm just gonna say contact a volunteer list. Okay. Okay, let's just, yep. I'm gonna say that this is a more important word to highlight. Okay. Okay, so those are the considerations. Okay. Let's just underline that, because that's actually very much something that I will not see. And this is also something I will underline because they will probably be deleted, but for now, these are points to remember. You can obviously see that this is, copied and pasted because it's a different font. I'm gonna actually leave it for now. No, it doesn't make any sense. You must all be one. You don't have to be one, but it just, yeah, okay. For the sake of space. Okay. So this is looking pretty good. Okay, provide safe space for community. Beautify the neighborhood environment. Provide opportunities for people to learn and grow. Healing power of plants. Demonstrate I don't know how to say this. Demonstrate. Oh my gosh, it's almost time. Okay, very good. Okay, sweet. So this little bit, collect seeds. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, I think we're actually looking pretty good. Of course, there's like more to note, and I feel like I could keep going on. I might. Okay, so like this would be tools, and this would be like natural. Oh my gosh. Oof, that's the time. We're gonna stop right there. So this feels pretty good. I feel pretty happy with how things are going in this neck of the woods. Oh man. Let me see if I can do this again. Okay. Yay! Alright, so that's not how you spell wheelbarrow. I knew it. Borrow. I just needed to combine those. So as you can see, I'm not the brightest fork in the shed, or whatever the saying is, but at least we went through this document and we updated it. Yeah, there's still some more that needs to be updated, but for the most part, I put down this, and I'm pretty sure I have some photos. So, final thing will be checking to see those photos. See the photos that I have, upload them, and then I think we are all done, and that will be it for today. Okay, it's on my other phone. So I feel really thankful that we were able to do this. This is a lot. But a lot of good stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of good stuff, and of course it's great because I want to keep going. And I always think that's like a great sign. But yeah, I gotta preserve my energy so that I have energy to share this and continue. Just continue to make cool things and bring it on. 'Cause that's what it's all about. Okay, wow. Okay, that's okra. This is the pumpkin. And, wow, that's a big photo. And it's kind of like, doesn't not need to be that big, but okay. Yeah. I think this is pretty good. Okay, dokie. Artichoke. Alright, do you need to watch me do this? Maybe we can cue the outro music. You're pretty cool if you know what this is inspired by. Pokemon Ruby. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I really didn't have to add the images, and I'm gonna probably have to upload them again somewhere else, but that's okay. It's all on one page. I think that's the main idea. And I'm realizing, like, I just want to make, like, a Word document that has most of this stuff. Really simple, setup situation, easy to edit these based off of what you would expect, you know, all in like a little page, like the resources, being able to add resources, taking a picture to prove that you have that resource, and the plants. Pretty much the same idea. Um, yes, yes. So there's definitely a lot of things actually to do. There's a lot of things to do for the gardens, and I'm going to do my best to play with what we have out right now at ecochamber.xyz, and I will also be just sharing this additional one pager with the chamber chairs and kind of going over that. I think there's like a gap between this and the web app that I'm trying to fill, and I think I need help there. And the best way to get help is by sharing it with other people and getting their feedback. So that's where I'm at. I did just make one of these for a proposed garden at an elementary school, and it followed, I mean, the same idea, points of consideration, people. That's a great thing. Like, before you even have the garden, this is like a good document to start making. And then when you have the garden, you get more, you can update it. And I think that's really nice. I have the seasonal recurring tasks: clean up perennial debris, cut up logs, raise awareness about gardening, cut grass, collect seeds, participate in harvest celebration, cover beds to rest, sow winter crops. All of these are good things to keep in mind, and depending on the plant, you have different tasks assigned. A transplant needs a little water, needs a little love. So do planting seeds. So will you. Anyways, that's enough. I'm tired, but I'm happy. I'm happy because I was able to share this with you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and you got something out of this video. I think I did. So far, I've done 2. I have 1 more of these documents to make. And then on Monday, between today, which is Thursday, to Monday, which is, well, it's Monday, the 22nd, I plan to get feedback from the chamber chairs on this document. It will be used for grant proposals. That's one of the main intentions for 2 out of 3 of the gardens. This should help with keeping track of the garden and all of the statistics and data, so that when it comes to applying for a grant or following up with reporting on how that grant was used, this document helps keep track of that good stuff. So I hope that you learned something and got something out of this. I definitely did, and I will press the thumbs up if you like this word vomit. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, happy growing.